Hey guys, Joel Marcus here with the Marcus Connection. Today we're going to be diving into a combination. This is going to be a review slash information post. I'm going to be reviewing a couple wrenches that I used as a technician for about 10 years and something that I would do to hang on to my tool as a satellite technician would be on roofs. If you have like a tool that you're trying to use and you drop it off the roof, it's obviously a pain in the butt to have to go down and get it. Worst case scenario, someone's down there and they get injured. I will connect my last post, which is how to win a knife fight. It's the same concept. Basically, we're just trying not to drop the knife. So this again is going to be a tool review plus a little recap on how not to drop your tool slash knife. So let's get into this, folks. Here's our wrenches that we will be checking out. And the first one that we have here is made by Westward. I'm not sure if this is available on Amazon. I know my next one is, though. This is a regular style wrench. It's not a speed wrench. On this other end, it has this ratchet over here. Pretty good wrench. Obviously long lasting. It has some grooves in there to kind of hang on to that screw, so not a bad wrench. This has done me good. To me, the main thing, especially as a technician when you're doing a lot of coaxial with the 7/16, is this guy right here. This speed wrench will save you, man. I mean, it just saves so much time. Once you really get the hang of it, you can just whip through. There are times when you're using it and the coaxial or the nut may want to kind of move back as you're using it, but what you can do is you just kind of hold down the coaxial on this end to give that tension, or you can kind of hold the nut as you're using it and it'll just kind of hold there and let the speed wrench do its job. Again, this is a 7/16 speed wrench. On the other end I have the ratchet side. So these are both really good wrenches. This is the one that I use the most. How many times have I dropped this off a roof? Many times. And actually there's also times where if I did drop it, I wasn't going to be able to get it back. So here's a way, and again, this I will link my other post, which is how not to drop your knife or how to win a knife fight. So I will link that on the bottom. In the meantime, I have my little Christmas lanyard here. This is going to be for discussion purposes. You can see from my last post, this is my knife. I still got this sucker on here from before. I just haven't taken it off. I should have some paracord on here. Again, really easy to get that going. That's going to be our concept here. So for this, it's going to be a little different. I want this to go around the shaft of the wrench so that if I'm using this end, it will slide down and I can use this end, and vice versa, it will slide. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to loop that around. And for most people, they're not going to want this on all the time. So what we can do is we'll just make a little slip knot on this guy. We want to make sure we have enough room that it'll still get around our wrist. There's our slip knot. This will allow it to go up. Again, if I really want to make sure that it's on there, I'm going to have to tighten that knot on there, and that's going to want to come off already. So what we'll end up doing is so as we continue, what we'll end up doing is putting that on there. We're going to tie this in a simple knot. Make sure you have enough on this end. Spin the wrench around. We're going to do one more. This is not something that you're going to keep on necessarily for a long time. You will apply it when you're ready to hang over the edge or do something along those lines. On this end, we're just going to do a simple slip knot. And I will be able to slip my fingers on. That just gives me something to hang on to. If it does fall, I got it just like that, right? So it's a good deal when you're ready to get it off. We're going to untie it. Pull that off like that. Pretty simple. And again, a little different than my pocket knife application. I could always go right through here if we wanted to, but then that would limit this functionality, right? But most of the time I'm using this end anyway, so we could very easily just tie that together. And again, we don't want to do it too tight, especially if we want to take it off. So sometimes I'll leave that little guy right there. There you go. Okay. Again, in the last video, so we would get this on here like this. We'd be able to use the ratchet. If you did drop it, it would be still not falling on your coworkers or losing your tool. So there's that. Again, from the last post, another thing that I like to do is my handy dandy surf wax. I would keep some of this in my van, especially the Jonard. It's a slippery guy, a little smaller, sleeker. I just rub some wax on this guy. This will come off after about 2 uses. It comes right off. So you just get it nice and waxy. And then as you're using it, it just kind of is a little more sticky in your hands. Right? So that's my tutorial for today. Again, this Jonard wrench you can find on Amazon. Look for the link below. Everybody stay safe out there. And hit me up in my comment section if you have anything else on ways you keep from dropping your tools. And signing off, the best tech in the world. Marcus Mann, out.